Hello YouTube, it's Lion here with Hobbies of a Man once again, and today we are doing another first impressions video. Today we're going to cover two different manga, but before we get into that, if you're watching this and you're not really interested in what I'm going to cover today, which is shoujo, feel free to go check out the stuff that I did this past Saturday. All of that is, more in line with my usual content, since it's not part of my exploration of shoujo thing that I'm doing this month. So I have a Kaiju number 8 video, a reaction video, and a review for a lit RPG story written by TJ Reynolds. So feel free to check those out. They're on my channel, or I'll put them up here in the card. And yeah, now if you are interested in this, please stick around. We're going to cover some cool books today. So the way this works is that I'm just going to give you the general book facts or book stats or whatever you want to call them, then the premise, and then I'm going to talk about something in the book that I really enjoyed. And it's all supposed to be within 5 minutes, and I'll leave it, clearly marked in the chapters section down in the description, and you should be able to see it in the progress bar. So thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you thought about these manga. So the first manga that we're going to be looking at today is Nirvana Volume 1. This is written by Jin and Sayuki, who go by Zowls, I think, as you guys can see right there. And Sayuki is the one that drew all of this. So they did a really good job with the art, actually. So that's really good. Now, the publisher here is 7 Seas. This is kind of like the 7 Seas shoujo that I'm going to review today. The demographic is shoujo, although I did see some other sources listed as josei, so I'm not really sure, but it's definitely aimed at girls, so, or like female readers, I guess is a proper term. And the genres here are isekai, supernatural, and I guess to an extent you could say that magical girls, which I'm not really sure it's a genre. I mean, I guess it is, because if you looked at things that are similar, kind of like Super Sentai or like Tokusatsu type stuff, it would be kind of like, if that's a genre, magical girls can be a genre too. But yeah, basically she's a magical girl, essentially. That's basically what it is. And this does not currently have an adaptation. It's only a 5-volume series, and I think the 4th volume released September last year, so I assume that the last one is going to come in within the next few months, and I'm actually really excited about this. It's a nice short story, and it's really fun. I really enjoyed this first volume. So the premise here is basically this humanitarian high school girl, actually, named Yachiyo, dies in a plane crash or a plane incident, and she gets isekai to a world known as Goldgraph. And it turns out that in this world, she is known as a reincarnation of their patron goddess, or the most powerful person in their world. And this world is overrun with monsters called Blau. And now that she's the goddess returned, she is the last hope for this kingdom and needs to battle for her new home, because there's no way to get back to Earth. So it's actually a very interesting story, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool. I haven't actually read any isekai where the female character, where the main character was a female character. So as you guys can see, I have a Spider So What here, but I haven't read it yet. So it's a very interesting kind of like flip on the concept, I guess, or kind of a different take that I thought was really cool. And I really enjoyed the art here. It's very interesting because it has this nice cutesy look. And then sometimes it looks like this, and it's like so stylistic, so awesome looking, that I just really couldn't put it down. And I took so long just looking at each page, because the art when it was like this was super awesome. And yeah, I really think that there's an interesting combination here with isekai and magical girls, and I do want to see if there's more stories like this, because I think that's a really cool thing. I actually just ordered what is it, Sailor Moon volumes 1 and 2, and I'm really excited to read that. But yeah, I also really love that all of the lore here isn't like the usual manga lores tend to be Greek, Norse, or traditional Japanese lore, and this seems to be based on Hindu mythology or Hindu lore, or whatever the proper term for that is. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool. I mean, we got some terminology there like Nirvana, and some of the creatures that show up seem to be, from Hindu lore, Hindu mythology, and I thought that was really, really cool. I really enjoyed it, and I'm really excited to read more of it. So that was it for the first manga. If you're not interested in the second one, please feel free to click away. And thank you guys very much for watching this section. Next, Dreaming Sun is the second manga that I'm going to be talking about today. Now, Dreaming Sun is written by Ichigo Takana, which I think is the author or the mangaka of Orange, which is another manga that I want to check out that I haven't been able to, mostly because when I wanted to pick it up, it was way too expensive. And this is a title, or Orange is a title that I want to pick up used because it's way too expensive for me in a completely new format. It's like $30 per book, and that's way too much. So this is published by Seven Seas, as you guys can see right there. And the demographic here is shoujo. The genres here, I would say, is contemporary and rom-com. And you could even argue that it's a kind of a coming-of-age story, which I think actually fits really nicely. It does kind of hit on points like that. So, yeah. Now, this doesn't have an adaptation either, although I think this would be really cool as an anime, and it would be really nice. And it would probably end up being pretty popular because it has a lot of things that, you don't have to be a girl to kind of enjoy and to kind of connect with. And I thought that was really good because those are the best types of stories. Those types of stories that can, reach out and affect as many people as possible tend to be the ones that have the most, recognition. So the premise here is that Kameko, this main character here, feels like a stranger in her own home, which is actually a horrible thing to feel. I feel like, I haven't personally experienced it, but it must be so horrible to be a stranger to your own family and to the place where you're supposed to have this immense connection with. And she feels ignored by her family because she has a baby brother and a stepmother, and there's a lot of stuff that has happened recently to her, and she just feels like no one cares about her. And so she chooses to run away, which maybe isn't the best way to go about it, but I think it's a very interesting, thing that maybe a lot of young people have thought about before. And so it plays into that thing, what I was saying about it being able to reach a lot of people. And she chooses to run away, and then she runs into this weirdo guy who happens to have an apartment that she can rent. And it basically ends up leading to her having to do these tasks for him, which these tasks are actually, it comes off kind of really creepy at first, but it actually ends up being a really wholesome kind of set of tasks. One of them is just a normal thing that she needs to do in order to help him, and then everything else is all about her growth as a person. This guy is trying to help her become who she wants to be, which I thought was really wonderful. And yeah, then the story from there just kind of evolves into her settling into her new home, finding a place to call home and to really cement herself in and kind of grow in, and about finding herself, which I thought was really wonderful. The talking point here, or the thing that I want to highlight the most, is the art. It's very cute. It's very nice. And there was a thing there that I noticed that a lot of the male characters all basically look the same, except with slightly different eye shape, and maybe different colored hair. But I thought it was still really nicely done. It worked really really well. Not cool. It worked really well. And I really enjoyed the find yourself angle of this story. I thought it was really good stuff, and I want to pick up more of this. There's a 10-volume series, so this is going to be really, maybe not easy, but pretty doable in terms of collecting it. So I'm really excited about picking up more of this in the future. Now, that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Which one of these have you read, and which one of these did you like? And if you read both, which one did you like better? Personally, I think I liked Nirvana better. It's just because fantasy appeals to me a lot more than just regular contemporary, which is why I didn't read much growing up. But I really enjoyed both of them, and they offer different things to me, and I really am interested in collecting more of them as the year goes by. So that's it for me. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and see you guys later.